Welcome back. This is the fifth and final part on how to crochet this lamb tutorial. So we're going to go ahead and begin with the ears to attach them. So you're just going to take your ear that you made and you're going to go ahead and fold it in half. And this is the bottom part of the ear now. And when you find your placement, you want it to kind of be the top of this to be kind of level with where the gray meets the white here. And then you can look at it from the side, make sure you're happy with the placement. So I want mine to be over a little bit. So right here. So after you find a good placement, if you want, you can pin the ear into place. Or you can go ahead and just freehand it, which is what I'm going to do here. At least I'm going to get it started here. Okay. Okay, so now that I got it started, make sure it's still where I would want it to be at. And I'm going to go ahead and pin it now so it stays how I want it. And then you're just going to go ahead and go into the head, grab a loop of the ear, and go back into the head and just continue sewing it on in this manner all the way around. Okay, so once you have it attached, you can go ahead and pull on it and make sure you got all the stitches in. And then what I like to do is I like to hold open the ear and go inside the ear. Okay, so go inside the ear and then just go onto the other. So like I popped out on this side where I folded it, go on the other side and just kind of go straight down with it. And then just come up to any stitch and knot off here. And just take the tail into the head. Pull and then snip. Okay, so Now that that's done, you can go ahead and pull your head back into shape here. Manipulate your ear a little bit there. Okay, so then you're going to go ahead and place your other ear to match the other side, pin it, and sew it on. So I'll meet you back here after we have both ears on. Okay, so we have our lamb's head all ready to go. Go ahead and take the body now, and we're going to stuff it. Alright, so you don't need to stuff too much of the neck here. And you're going to go ahead, hold on one second. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and sit him on there. And I always put him with the back here, the back of the head there. So go ahead and get your yarn needle. A little bit more stuffing. And after you're done stuffing it to your satisfaction, you have your lamb's head on here. Okay, you're just going to start in the back and just grab a stitch of the head, pull through, and then grab a stitch of the body, and pull through, and then just repeat this, grabbing a stitch of the head and stitch of the body and pulling through. And you might have to stop and check out your lamb and make sure you're still happy with the placement of everything, and then continue on. So go ahead and attach your head, and I'll meet you back here after that. So I wanted to show that before you completely seal off the head, that you can add more stuffing to it if you need it. Okay, so we now have our head attached to our body. So let's go ahead and put the arms on. Okay, so with the arms, I like to come down a little bit from where the head meets the body, about 1, 2, 3 stitches, and then just make sure that it's pretty even on the body, and then go ahead and I will pin this one into place. Now, you can always put your arms wherever you would like them. If you want them to be a little higher, that's perfectly okay too. It's really however you want them. See, these ones are a little bit higher than these ones. Okay, so then, as you've been doing with everything else, you're just going to go ahead and take your yarn needle. The pins do not work very good with this yarn. But okay, let's see if you can see here. You just go ahead and go into the body first. and grab a stitch, and then go into the arm, the top stitch of the arm, and then go back into the body and grab a stitch, pull out, and then grab a stitch of the arm, and then go back into the body and grab a stitch and pull out. And you're just going to continue this pattern all the way across, attaching your arm to the body. And this may happen, it didn't happen with my first lamb that I made, but it's been happening with this one. And it's okay. Take your pins out as you go. And there's the first arm attached. So if you want, you can always go back over this a second round just to make sure it's a little extra secure there. But I'm satisfied that mine is secure. So I'm going to go ahead and knot off and just take the yarn tail into the body and cut it free. So go ahead and attach your other arm, and I'll meet you back here when we have both arms attached. Okay, so we got both arms attached now. So now we're going to go ahead and attach the legs. So I kind of just eyeball and see if it looks right, which I think that looks cute. So I will attempt to pin this into place. But as you've probably noticed, the pins do not like this yarn. Okay. My yarn needle on here. Okay, so I'm going to go into the body first and grab a stitch. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab a stitch of the leg. I'm going to go back into the body and grab another stitch. And then grab a stitch of the leg and back into the body and so on. We're just going to continue this all the way across. And the same with the, like I said, with the arm. If you want, you can do another pass. But I'm satisfied that this is nice and secure, so I'm just going to go ahead and knot off now. So we got one leg attached here. So go ahead and attach your second leg, and I will meet you back here to attach the tail. Okay, so we now have both arms and both legs on our lamb. So now it's time to attach the final piece, which is the tail. So with the tail, I do not put any stuffing in it. And just go ahead and lay your lamb down here. Actually, sit them down first so you can kind of get a placement of where you want it. So I want it about right here. Then go ahead and lay him down and kind of just make sure it's going to be even with the rest of the body here. I don't really have exact places to put the body parts on this lamb because the yarn makes it difficult, one, to see the rows, and two, every bit is different after you stuff it. So where it may look good on this certain row on my lamb, it may look better up a little bit or down a little bit on your lamb. But the general placement is going to be the same. The arms go where the arms go, and so on. But just as we've been doing this whole time, I'm just going to go grab some of the body, a stitch or two of the body, and pull it through, and then go through the tail stitch. Now, after I attached this row here, I'm going to go ahead and just attach a second row of the tail because I want it to stay more upright. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and even go up a little bit farther and attach an additional row. Okay, so then when you're attached with how when you're satisfied with how your tail is attached, go ahead and knot off. Snip. And you're going to have to fluff out your lamb here. You got a little squashed. Okay. So now the final thing to do is just to attach the eyes. So let me pick out a good pair of eyes here for him. I think these ones will do. And the eyes are pretty much optional too. Just kind of see where they look good on your lamb. And just play around with it. And I'll meet you back here when you're satisfied. Okay, so I was able to find a placement that I was satisfied with. So for this yarn, since it's so big, after I find the place I want the eye to go, I actually take one of these pins and mark it so I don't lose it. And go ahead and put your glue on your eye here. And then just go ahead and place your eye in there. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other eye. and then just hold it into place. All right. And then you're just going to have to let it dry for as long as the glue recommends. Okay, so thank you for watching my tutorial on how to make this lamb. I'm actually thinking I favor this nose and this distance of the eyes over this one here. But this one's still cute. I think this one looks a little bit more realistic. So, however you wanted it, they're both cute. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel and check out my other crochet along tutorials. Thank you.